Hello people, Cretaceous Breaks here, and I received this today that I've wanted is the Recur Spinosaurus Stromer. I do like that last name right here, Stromer, is the reference to the paleontologist who first discovered the Spinosaurus in 1912. Again, I think the year is 1912. If I'm wrong, you can just comment there. Now let's talk about the only negative part right here is that the digital render of the Spinosaurus right here looks much better, and honestly I like the whole small yellowish stripe right here and even the white spots right here, and this one looks like has a bit more work, more black on it than the actual model. And of course the teeth right here, sorry for the camera, I always have to make sure to tap on it. The teeth right here are much sharper, and I don't know what else to say, but all I can say, the only nitpick I have is that the 2D render is better than the actual model, which the fact that this is from Recur of all companies is just amazing how they improved from soft squishy dinosaurs that are not really accurate. They're like more like stylized Jurassic Parkish, but I still appreciate for what it is. So there's not much at the back, and then you do get a card which is made of plastic, and they gives like a 5 out of 10, which is I'm not sure what's the point of this stars, but this is the Recur product name and manufacturing scale 1 to 42. Yeah, I do think it's a nice card, but let's talk about the Spinosaurus right here. Just put a box as a background. Now I gotta say, it looks pretty nice for a $25 model, and I do think the detail is quite nice. The camera doesn't do it justice or well, but there are actually very small scales right here that is like not very good on camera. In person, is a bit clearer, just a bit. But one thing interesting is that the eye on the 2D digital model is like a green, while they pick a yellow right here, which is something is like how they change the colors, which is interesting. And the snout shape, while it is definitely not one-to-one accurate, especially some teeth right here are a bit rounded, but it is, I would say, quite close, around to, let's say, 90%. The 10% is probably a little bit of the curve right here should be a bit more pronounced, I think, or more like this one should be a bit here, but I say it's 90% accurate to the skull shape. And the binocular vision, I think it's like quite good from the front view. Now I don't know how the camera's gonna focus or not. The front view is quite good, and it's like the eyes can see from the front, and I do think the inside of the mouth is pretty good, even if I can shine a light. I recently got a new light for my fan because the previous light, let's say, already busted, so I had to get a new one. I do like how there's a little bit of the dark wash inside, and there's even the tongue looks like a separate piece, and the inside of the mouth is also pretty good. Although I do notice that the front right here, the front lower teeth has a bit of a chip off every bit of a chip, but maybe that's because it's like the mouth like had to close and open a mouth. But I gotta say the jaw works pretty good. Man, I don't know why my camera just doesn't focus correctly after I move it aside. But it is the length of the neck is pretty good, and the arms are actually like pretty good and have a long claw right here on the index rather than the middle. And the sail shape, I think is also accurate to this fossil in one of the Spinosaurus, because I see many of the skeleton reconstructions. It's like many, whether it's like a very M shape or just a bit of the round a bit like this. And there's a little bit of the white brush, right? White airbrush, I think. And I think it's like pretty natural for the colors right here. And I also say the little minor issues that I do have a bit of paint chip on the toe right here and even the tail tip right here, but I fix it with a little bit of the brown paint. And the paddle-like tail, like, wow. The paddle-like tail looks pretty stylized. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like accurate, but not really, but it still looks a bit accurate. Like the tail fluke looks, tail panel I mean, the pedal-like tail I mean, sorry, the pedal-like tail is like pretty good and quite close, but I didn't realize that how long the tail is. Like, just look how like long it is, and I think it might be a bit too long compared to its fossils. Maybe it should be around this long, but who knows. I do think it's pretty nice, and do like all the details, even right here with the small scales even, and it's very hard plastic, and it does have a bit of weight, especially from the tail base right here. And I should say, for me, I think the length of the legs are a bit longer than the fossil. I did try to keep comparing it to the skeleton as before I record this, but I think it's just a little bit longer, but I think it's still pretty good and it's not really like off place. But one thing I'm really curious is that the feet. Let me try the angle. Hold on. The feet right here, there's like 4 claws, and this one, I think this is meant to be a dual claw right here, but that is supposed to be somewhere in this area, but it is the same for this side right here, where it looks like it's a 4th, like a dual claw right here, where it's like lifting its leg up. But it looks more like a 4th like toe, honestly. So yeah, I do think that the model is actually pretty good for what you get, actually, in all honesty. And for the height right here from the head, it's like around like under 5 inches or around 12 cm, but with the sail it'll be like 6 inches, like 6 inches at the maximum tip height right here at the 15 centimeters. The length is definitely like kind of questionable, because it's like unfair to measure its like true length because of how it's like curved up. So if I were to guess for lengthwise, it was straightened, I think it'll be like around somewhere right under 40 centimeters, or in between 15 to 16 inches. So it is quite big, and it's a bit of a weight figure, like when I mean it, because I see like I never seen the other reviews yet. Maybe like it actually can stand and balance it well. So I'm not sure if this is actually like a bit of a different model, because I've seen people display the Spinosaurus or review it like stands a bit of a tripod, but I did not realize like how balanced it is, and I'm not sure it is very amazing, but I'm not sure like over time will it like sink slowly or reshaped a bit. But yeah, overall this is a very nice model. I give it like a 9 out of 10. It's just amazing. But for comparison with the certain one, that is the Nanmu Spinosaurus right here, and you can see how much bigger the Nanmu Studio Spinosaurus is. And we cannot forget about my Jurassic World cup right here that I do need some drink. Yeah. Yeah, it's like pretty astonishing that how the Recur like back was like a very soft squishy toy to a very hard weight plastic dinosaur that is sort of amazing quality for the budget. But overall, it is a pretty good figure. And for more Cretaceous Breaks videos, just leave a like, comment, and thanks for watching.